growing like that. And so she does okay in captivity. We grind it down, but in the wild, the beak would become overgrown and she wouldn't be able to eat.
People are probably wondering at home, kids, why couldn't we just open the enclosures and let the birds roam freely, and if they want to come back, they can come back?
If we could, we would, but again, all of the birds here on the property are non-releasable. They all have permanent injuries, and so although they do really well in their enclosures and in captivity, they wouldn't be able to survive on their own in the wild.
I guess you never know what you're going to see at the sanctuary, right?
Correct.
What do we have behind us here?
So that's a turkey vulture, and they basically hang out here. They can smell the food, and they're looking for scraps, basically.
When we were walking, we're moving from one enclosure to the next, I would ask you, what's this area over here? And you were telling me this is a...
Predator-proof.
Predator-proof?
Yeah.
Describe why that is important at a sanctuary.
Well, you know, like I said, all the birds here are permanently injured, so it means they have a handicap against something that might, you know, get in and try to injure them. And plus, they're in the enclosure, they can't get out. So you want to make sure that they are as safe as possible in their house.
Why do birds need to be rescued?
Because they're getting trapped in trash that people throw on the beach and getting killed. Because if they don't get rescued, they're going to be very endangered, and no one wants that to happen. So don't throw trash in the ocean and such.
Because they might get hurt.
Sometimes from the oils, sometimes from lack of food, sometimes from people.
All right, Amanda, we've moved from the sanctuary over here to the hospital. And tell us a little bit, I'm curious, why would birds need to be rescued?
So a lot of times what happens is a bird gets injured, you know, it's out there in the wild, so anything can happen. It could, you know, you could have a predator like a cat or a dog. Baby birds fall out of the nest sometimes and they can't be put back. They get hit by cars. Just a lot of different things out there that are dangerous for them.
You mentioned fishing line and then for some of the other ones as well.
Yeah, because we're in the Florida Keys, we have a lot of birds that come in that get tangled in fishing line.
Why is it so important to rehabilitate these birds and get them back out in the wild?
Well, the main reason is because, again, most of these birds have been injured because of human impact, so it's important to send them back out there. Also, you know, as with most species, because of population and human impact on everything, the numbers are becoming low for a lot of different species, so each one matters.
We're in the hospital for a couple reasons. I guess we have some patients here. What are we going to be doing with these patients?
So we have one bird in particular that we need to take out and we need to give his medications to. Okay. He was injured by a cat and he's actually very docile and stable. He's in stable condition, which is why we can do this with people around. And hopefully, you know, he'll clear up the infection from the cat and we'll send him on his way. Okay. So basically she's getting the bird. It's a mourning dove. They're very common all over the United States. And what we have in the syringes is it's an antibiotic and it's basically an anti-inflammatory. Okay. And you'll see when she takes her out, she's got a bit of a bump on her head there.
So you have to actually just do it in the mouth?
So you just very calmly take the beak.
Oh, wow. I feel like I'm weird here in the middle here.
And that's it.
It wasn't too bad.
Once a day. Okay, so we're gonna go down to the other end of the hallway and we've got some baby birds, actually, the very last of the baby bird season. And they're starting to eat on their own a little bit, but not quite, so we're helping them out a bit.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact.
Did you know that whooping cranes are the tallest birds in North America, standing at 5 feet?
Allison here is a professional pigeon feeder.
Correct, yes.
A PPF. So they're eating better than sometimes what we eat.
Usually, yes.
Blueberries, grapes, cat food. I mean, that there's the meal of champions.
And this is actually just his lunchtime snack.
Oh, snack?
The morning and afternoons are, they get a huge selection of fruit because, again, these are mainly fruit eaters in the wild. The white crowns are, so.
Since this is a baby, and obviously Allison's feeding him or her, do we know, boy or girl?
No.
Okay. Feeding it, I'm sorry to say that, but boy or girl, will they survive okay out in the wild when you release them?
Yes, so with any baby bird usually that we get in, they do this. They're not necessarily interested in us as people, they're interested in those tweezers and that food. And so once they learn that they can get that food on their own, they completely bypass us.
Oh.
And they don't want anything to do with us anymore. And so it's, you know, it's a long process to rehab a baby bird because you want to make sure that they will survive in the wild.
How often do you have releases here?
So basically, sometimes, you know, we don't release a bird for a week or two. All of them are still in the process of being rehabbed. They're not ready to go. But at other times, like today, we're going to release 3 birds. So you just never know.
We're releasing 3 birds today?
3 birds. 3.
Wow. Really? Can we be a part of that?
Of course.
All right. Oh my goodness, this is cool. Amanda, this is so cool. And we have a small crowd that's kind of gathered back here too. We're not the only ones that are excited about this.
It's an exciting day.
So what are we gonna do?
So we're gonna open the cage doors. And again, it's live birds. You never know what they're gonna do.
All right. He's turning around the other way. Oh. Oh my goodness, look at him.
Bye.
Wow, I'm like a little emotional.
Right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, wow. All right, so
Okay.
who we have here? The gray
That's
heron?
our tricolored
Tricolored
heron. And
heron.
he was also caught up in some fishing line out in the Everglades. A boater happened to come across him and brought him in.
He's probably really scared too.
Okay, so this is actually a snowy egret, and he came from here.
Oh, okay.
He actually showed up on the beach. He had fishing line wrapped around his legs so he could fly, but he couldn't land. He couldn't really do anything. And one of our staff members actually was able to lure him in with a fish and was able to grab him. And it just coincidentally worked out. Usually, you know, a flighted bird, they're very hard to catch, but we grabbed him.
And how long has he been here?
He was actually only here for a few weeks.
Okay.
You know, again, the line hadn't been on very long, so his injuries were minimal.
Oh, yeah, his beak's over there.
See, and he's from here, so he's like,
okay.
whatever.
Oh.
This is where I live.
It's pretty cool that all the hours you've spent rehabilitating the birds
Just paid off.
just paid off. Oh, that is awesome. Awesome. What better reward, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You can't ask for anything better.
Wow. Remember, keep doing your part. Even the little things matter. Just ask the little guys here. I want to thank Amanda, I want to thank Joan, and everyone out here at the Wild Bird Sanctuary. And I especially want to thank you, Robert, for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green. Now, if there's something you want to know more about, let me hear from you. Go to curiosityquest.org, click on the Send Us on a Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And it could be you that sends us on our next green adventure. Now remember, this is our planet, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. So I wonder, have you gone green? I'm Joel Green. I'll see you next time. Well, that was... Okay. I wasn't expecting to get buzzed by the tower there. Wow. Weird. I don't know if we got that, but bird walked in and my hair looked like a perch, I guess.
If you'd like to order a copy of this episode or a previous episode, visit us at www.curiosityqueststore.com. The cost is $24.95.